Morning all. How are we all doing? Morning Kennelly. Morning Michael, Danny, Christian. Adimaru, that's a new one. Morning Ladder, Peter, Virginia, Paolo, Amy, good morning. How are we all doing? Good weekends? I haven't done much this weekend. Bit of a boring one, but we had a very good storm last night. That was pretty cool. Morning Neo. So just quick start off with news as usual. Nothing much happening on the news. Morning Jerry. So this was University of Michigan on Friday. Obviously had a varied movement off of that, but yeah, so basically nothing over the weekend at all since University of Michigan came out on Friday. So as you can see, Germany has a AAA outlook, stable, but apart from that, nothing. So very boring weekend over from a news perspective. Nothing's happened at all. This week is a very big week. So Friday, wrong terminal. Friday, if we look at the US dollar, or pound US dollar would do. Where's my pen? Yeah. So Friday, basically, we had a run up, basically a weak US dollar, and then obviously we had a big, strong US dollar, and then we had the news, and then we kind of didn't really go anywhere after the news. So the news on Friday didn't really do a lot. If you look at the euro US dollar as well, ever so slightly weak, little bit of a stronger move in the euro against the dollar. So nothing exciting really happened off of that news. It was kind of a whipsaw. So this week, we've got a massive week. Morning day trader. So today is a bank holiday in Japan, which is very hit and miss. Sometimes we get a massive strong move, lots of ADRs all over the place, and especially with the yen. Basically, we get a big manipulation in the yen. Some days it's very quiet and sideways. It doesn't do anything. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. It could go either way. It really varies when you have a bank holiday, especially in Japan. If you look at the Asian session today, let's look at some yen pairs. Not an awful lot of movement. Lots of up and down, but as you can see, it's mostly algorithmic. So lots of wicks basically, and no real big candles, big movement. So I think today we just have to wait and see what happens in London. But the main focus of this week starts from tomorrow, basically, and it's all week. So the whole of this week is just solid news. So we've got the monetary policy meeting minutes during Asia tomorrow morning for the Australian dollar. We've got the CPI for the Canadian dollar. We've got the CPI for the UK. We've got the Fed fund rate on Wednesday. We've got the FOMC press conference. We've then got New Zealand GDP. We've got the Swiss monetary policy. We've got the pound rates. Yeah, so it's basically rates, and inflation. So it's inflation and interest rates all week. Monetary policy statement for Japan, followed by the Bank of Japan rate. We've got the Bank of Japan press conference. In between, around about that area, we've got the retail, and then we finish on the PMI figures on Friday. So this whole week is going to be volatile as hell, basically. You're just going to get solid, strong spikes all over the place. So it's going to be a very hard week to trade. There's nothing you can do about any of the news, obviously, as we know. It's just going to go wherever the hell it wants to go. So get prepared for it this week. You've just got to sit on it, really, and just see what happens. But I'm struggling this month. Really can't get any traction at all on anything. It's literally just a slow, steady squeeze at the minute. Can't get out of anything. Can't get into anything. It's just crap. Has been for 6 weeks. So this is probably the worst 2 months I think I've ever had, position trading. Can't think back to a time where you have bad months where it just goes wrong. But as for sitting in, coming into week 3 with no profit in the bank and not really any loss either, and just nothing's happening. Just can't get anything. For every move we get that gives us a bit of profit, we get something else that moves equidistant in the opposite direction, as if the whole market is just flip-flopping in the opposite direction on everything. But it's just weird. But anyway, nothing you can do. Can't get paid every month. So that's my positions at the moment. We'll have a look at that in a minute. DAX is about to open. So let's have a quick look at the DAX. Gap fill got done on Friday. Didn't think we got... Oh, we did get there in the end. Yeah, okay. Right, so yeah, gap fill got done on Friday. So the DAX, we're still looking at this potential upside gap fill. So we came up into the highs, filled that propulsion gap, and basically that is what I think we are aiming for. So we got a lovely leg up on Friday, pull back, and hopefully a push up from there. So we'll see where we go. But that's the DAX at the moment. So upside, basically, ADR today is the previous day's high. Okay, so that's the last week's high, which is obviously Friday's high, and last week's high and Friday's high. Also ADR. Then just beyond that, we've got the previous week's high. Upside, downside, as you can see, we started to move out of this propulsion gap, which is ADR to the downside. There's absolutely nothing from that Thursday move at all. Sorry, Friday was a down day, wasn't it? Nothing from that Thursday move at all that you would say is really going to stop price. So if it drops, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be coming back down to here. If we pop, we need to look at resistance to the upside. So we'll see where we go.